Today we're checking out the new firmware for the Headrush Prime. You may have heard that last week firmware 3.1.1 was released for the Headrush Prime, and they are addressing some of the issues which people had, basically concerning latency and also when switching scenes or rigs. And a couple of these problems I discovered by myself. So let's check this firmware out. And here's the Headrush for you. Hope you can see it. And to be honest, I didn't experience latency with playing this unit with the previous firmware, at least not that much. Maybe a little bit, but as I'm playing now, I cannot feel any kind of latency. So it feels very direct, like playing through an amp. So maybe, yeah, you will be happy about that. Another thing which is really annoying is that this firmware update, it destroyed basically, or it screwed all my amp clones, which I released in the preset pack. So what I did is I've just released a new version of my preset pack for this unit with the crushing high gain tones you know from my videos. And links in the description below if you want to get it. I can highly recommend it because yeah, I did brand new amp clones. Of course I had to because it screwed up all the old ones. And these amp clones are way better than the stock amps still. Please check out my video about that. I said that a million times. But that said, the amp cloning ability of this unit is really, well, the biggest selling point for me because it's really good working. Anyway, maybe we can have a look at the new version of the preset pack. But first of all, we will check out some of the features here. So basically, well, bug fixes in this new firmware. And one bug which was very annoying is that when you are using presets here, or I don't know exactly if it's somehow related with using presets for the amp, but if you go into another rig and come back to the rig, then in some cases the settings of the rig were not loaded as they are saved or as they were supposed to be. That is really annoying. But let's check that out. So we will go to another patch. As you can see here, this is the JVM 4x10 patch from my preset pack. Oh, I turned off the amp. And as you can see, if I change gain here, okay, it doesn't do anything. If you go to the next patch, then maybe go back to this main stereo, you can see it's going to the correct value, gain 9.4, which is as I saved it. And here on this patch, the crunch patch, I was, or scene I should say, using another preset, as here in the rhythm, it's called high gain. So load it correctly, go to another rig, go back. So it seems to work. At least I didn't have this problem after upgrading to this firmware. So hopefully they addressed it and they fixed it. Another thing which was also mentioned is that there was a latency when switching between scenes. And I'm switching between scenes here with these settings in my preset pack. There's no latency, but there's still a little bit of a gap. But it's tolerable, so it's not annoying. And if I'm switching from rhythm to lead, you can hear this gap. That is something which I personally addressed in my last video, I think. Although it's the same amp, the same setting, the same preset which I'm using for this amp, you can see it's refreshed here. And therefore, I think this is causing the gap going from rhythm to lead. Here in crunch mode, I'm using another preset for the amp. Maybe I can show you. Here it's called crunch mids, and here it's high gain. Same amp. And it's refreshing, which is okay, but even here it's refreshing where I'm using the same preset. Maybe I have other presets where I don't use, or other rigs where I don't use presets for amp clones, like this one here. As you can see here, it's if I'm going from rhythm to lead, it's just turning on the delay, but it's not refreshing the amp clone. That is because here in the here you can see, it says scene, okay. Didn't expect that. Okay, no, sorry, I was confused. Here you can see no preset is selected, so it doesn't change the preset of this amp clone block when going to the rhythm scene. As in the other patch here, the other rig, I should say. Where is it? Here you can see there is the scene loaded, the high gain scene. The reason for that is that in this preset here, the DK main, I'm using two different presets. One for the crunch, which has a little bit less gain, and another for the rhythm and lead. I don't do this with the JVM here, I think. So I didn't have to assign the preset to the scene. So yeah, you have this little gap when switching scenes which are using different presets of the same amp block. And even if they're using the same preset, maybe they can work a little bit on that, eliminate the gap, because in this case here, rhythm to lead, it's the exact same preset which I use, so there's no need to refresh the amp block, I think. Another thing which is really nice, I think, is they reworked the parametric EQ. Let's see, where do we use it? I think we don't use it here in this patch, but as you can see here, that's how it looks now, and you can do these things, move around the frequencies, or these center frequencies, I should say. But of course, here you can see the frequencies, you're changing frequencies, and also, of course, the gain. What you cannot do is change the quality here by maybe doing this thing. So you have to go on that and then maybe use this. It's okay. I think this is very intuitive for most people, way more intuitive than it was before, where as far as I remember you had basically faders addressing the different frequency bands, and for me it's okay because I know what effect which frequency has, but here you can see the curve, which is maybe more intuitive for most people. So that is a nice feature. And yeah, so let's check out some of the presets which I reworked. So you get basically my preset pack some stereo presets which are now using sometimes the stereo widener effect, but in this case here I'm using the dynamic delay widener. Sounds a little bit more natural to me. You have your rhythm scene, lead scene with a kind of short delay for shred leads, ping pong delay, crunch scene with a nice boss chorus, dimension chorus. And on the A mode of the expression pedal you can always reduce the gain. Also on the other scenes here. Sorry, I'm always confused with scenes, presets, rigs. The wording is a little bit annoying. And here you can go maybe from a full-blown high gain lead to it's kind of nice crunch lead. And then here in the upper row you have basically your clean tone, mostly designed for the neck pickup, split neck humbucker in this case, my beautiful Harley Benton Fusion. And also you have some stomp boxes activated like vibrato or tremolo. Or the phaser in this case. Phaser sounds really nice. And on the B mode of the expression pedal, it's really hard. You have your wah. So that's basically how these presets are structured, and you get your favorite high gain amps, of course, Marshall JVM 4x410. Okay, this is the U2 delay, but yeah, you have to dial in your tempo and here in the in section I'm cranking the gain sometimes. That is my way to make these presets usable for guitars with lower output pickups like this Harley Benton Fusion. I'd recommend to play around with that gain knob to adjust it to your guitar. This is the gain of the input section here, of the input block where the gate is located. It's not the gain of the amp. And what else do we have? Yeah, JP2C Plus, Petrucci, kind of tone. Of course with a nice crunch, white crunch. This preset, so you can see I'm using the stereo doubler, which is, yeah, maybe kind of the mimic pedal which John Petrucci is using. I'm using it in front of the amp because I felt it was not sounding that nice after the amp. Yeah, but it can get distracting, so you can turn it off, of course. The thing with the 2C Plus is I'm using here this EQ, graphic EQ, because it's a very mid-focused amp. Experts of you may know that the Mesa Mark series amps, they have this 5-band graphic EQ for tone shaping. Old JMP preamp, one of my favorite analog preamps. Nice Marshall lead tone, can recommend it. And Friedman, like a fat, hot-rodded JCM 800 without the harshness. This is more or less a crunch tone. I left it at that because I really like how full and rich it sounds. And you can hear every string. If you want to use this for high gain, I'd recommend to boost the gain here in the input section. Of course, you can add a little bit more gain here in the amp section too, but here's also the stereo double engaged. Very fat tone. And what else? 5150. Here you can see I removed a little bit of the mids. Nice flanger tone, 5150. So here in the rhythm scene, it's basically the flanger is disengaged, but the flanging effect is coming more or less from the stereo doubler. But of course, it has a flanger. Soldano, crunch tone. And as I said before, these are all amp clones which are made of my amps, and also some of them are clones from the Fractal audio sounds which I'm using in the AxeFx. Angle Savage, also very smooth, smooth sounding amp. And what else do we have? Plexi. Here, it's basically Marshall Plexi sound in the rhythm scene, not boosted, but in the lead scene I'm boosting it with a Boss SD1. For your Ingways out there. This might be the right choice. And yeah, what else? Well, here we have something just using a little bit of a shimmer effect, which I like for cleans, of course, for these nice ambient tones. In the lead scene, it's disengaged. But you can also try that out with the lead scene, of course. And yeah, what else? Tri-axis we have. Tri-axis is a little bit it doesn't have that much gain here. But of course, you can crank the gain here for high gains. It's the Elite 2 orange mode for Tri-axis. Yeah, and of course we have a little bit of rectos. Huge amount of bass. I think here I scooped it a little bit. As always, I recommend to try out the recto with crunch tones. It's a great crunch amp also. If you don't boost it. But this amp clone was done with a boosted recto, so it's not the just the recto, it's boosted with some kind of max NOD. Yeah, so these are some of the presets which you will get with my pack. If you are interested, please contact me. Facebook link is in the description below. Also, I'm offering these presets for all other units, you know, from my videos. And yeah, let me know your opinions about this new firmware update. This thing, in my opinion, it sounds phenomenal now, at least for considering the price point. Can it compete with the Fractal audio products? No, because it doesn't have that much features, and but it has a nice touch screen. It's very solid build, and it's definitely something which you should consider if you're looking for a unit in that price range, around maybe 1,000 euro. For me, in that price range, it's really yeah, unbeatable. So at least currently there's nothing on the market in that price range which is competing with that, in my opinion. Anyway, that's it for today. See ya.